The most important thing about Luigi's Mansion 2 HD is that it doesn't feel like a game designed exclusively for a handheld, which it was back in 2013 on the 3DS. The remake actually compares favorably to Luigi's Mansion 3 in terms of length, it's on par or longer, and in terms of visuals, it has been given a serious overhaul, making it look nearly as good as the Switch release, with great models and lighting effects. If you played the original on the 3DS, structurally it's exactly the same, but if you never did, it's very similar to the experience of Luigi's Mansion 3. There are more varied locations to explore, puzzles that take advantage of the environments, and more ways to use your poltergust than ever before. And this is all done with keeping the core of the series intact, with exploration and ghost busting being paramount. Before jumping in, we just want to take a quick second to talk about our 2024 goals as an outlet, and our main goal is getting to 15,000 subscribers. If you're unfamiliar, we're trying to take content creation to a more elevated and positive environment without negativity and toxicity. If you enjoy what we're doing, then the most important thing that you can do is to leave a positive or constructive comment, as this will not only help with the algorithm, but it will also encourage a positive environment with other like-minded individuals. If you are coming to Luigi's Mansion 2 HD after Luigi's Mansion 3, which is likely because of how well it sold, there are a few major concessions to note. There isn't couch co-op, which unfortunately means that there is no Luigi. Not being able to do Scarescraper, a mode designed for co-op without an additional copy of the game and an additional Switch, is just a huge miss. I enjoyed how Luigi's Mansion 2 attempted different environments, and while it might not have been perfected until Luigi's Mansion 3, as it felt a little too segmented in Luigi's Mansion 2, it helped keep the game feeling fresh by exploring new areas. One of the crutches of this new location system is that each area is split into missions, which immediately sends you back to Professor Egad through the pixelator, which doesn't allow you to continue exploring, which is one of the biggest strengths of the series. The other glaring issue, and likely our biggest problem, is that there is an awful checkpoint system, which after researching is the same system that remained from the 3DS version. No matter where you are during some of these missions, if you die, you have to start all the way over. And when some missions can take closer to an hour the first time around with exploration, this becomes beyond infuriating. Obviously, you can avoid this with a golden bone, but those aren't always around, and all it would take to fix this issue is to either have a slightly better checkpoint system or to include a few more hearts during each mission. In 2001, Luigi's Mansion began as what felt like Nintendo's version of Resident Evil. Luigi's Mansion 2 felt like the series moved away from that and blossomed into its own with plenty of new ideas, expanded gameplay including the strobe bulb and blacklight, varied locations with increased environmental mechanics and puzzles, and most importantly, a focus on the personality of Luigi. It's easy to understand why Nintendo decided to remake Luigi's Mansion 2 instead of Luigi's Mansion, as the second is a much closer experience to the third entry. With 14.25 million in sales and many new fans discovering this series on the Switch, Luigi's Mansion 2 offers more of what fans will absolutely love with just a few concessions. Unfortunately, Luigi's Mansion 2 doesn't go as far as recent Nintendo remakes like Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, with the inclusion of concept art and galleries from the original development. It also missed some easy opportunities to drastically fix some glaring issues from the 2013 entry, including the awful checkpoint system, the lack of health, and adding in couch co-op for the Scarescraper mode. However, Luigi's Mansion 2 HD does feature more than enough quality of life changes and a dramatic visual overhaul to an already fantastic game that does make Luigi's Mansion 2 HD a must-buy for fans of the series that never got a chance to play Dark Moon. Until next time, remember to be nice to your fellow gamer, but more importantly, be nice to your fellow human.